John Cleese, you're going to tell us about a moment you love in
In
Fawlty Towers.
Fawlty Towers, there's a moment, there's one called an episode to do with, I can't remember what it's called. It's a special gourmet night, I think it's called. And the chef gets drunk and can't cook. So he rings his friend, the chef in the town, and he cooks the stuff for him, and he can do duck. So he finally arrives with the diners have been waiting about an hour with the duck that they were more or less forced to order, and he's taken the wrong container, and he takes the top off, and it's a terrible sort of strawberry mousse. And he puts the top back on as though he wants to stop, give it a chance to become a duck again. And then he looks, and then what I love is he puts his hands out and opens up the middle of the mousse in case there's a duck underneath. That's my favorite moment.
Got to visit all these films and these TV shows again, because I think we're missing this. And according to John Cleese, what do you think the world is missing right now?
Well, I think we're frightened to laugh. I think the world is anxious. You know what makes human beings anxious is change. It's very strange. It's not necessarily good change or bad change. It's just we like predictability. We're deep down, we're all conservative with a more C. We don't want too much change. Right now, everything's changing faster than it ever has, and everyone's anxious. And I
all
think
the time.
All of that. And the best antidote to anxiety, I think, is laughter. And I think that it's very unfortunate that one end of the woke movement is absolutely right. Let's be nice to people. Let's be inclusive. Let's start to stop caring about what people do sexually. It doesn't matter, you know? I mean, Christ, when they were stoning that woman caught in adultery, and they said to Christ, you know, what do you think? He said, let him who is without sin cast the first stone. Christians in America seem to think Christianity is mainly about sex. It's nothing to do with sex. It's about becoming better people, you know, and that's a good end of woke. The bad end of woke is some ideas they have, particularly about anxiety. They say your feelings are always completely valid, which means that everything since Freud has been a waste of time. Because the whole point about therapy is you examine your feelings and you say, is this an appropriate feeling, or is there a better way of looking at it? And that type of approach, which is called cognitive behavioral psychology, is very, very effective with young people who have great problems with depression and anxiety. And yet the woke people at one end of that woke spectrum are telling them exactly the opposite of what those cognitive behavioral psychologists are teaching their patients successfully. There, how about that? Can I go now?
We got no, not yet. Just a few minutes.
Do you want to drop the mic?
That was a good way to
take
end.
it off the stand.
I just want to mention again, Camilla Cleese. We love you, but we miss you, and thanks for lending us your dad for the day. John Cleese is here with us in studio. If you're just joining us, Santa Barbara used to be his home, and we're hoping that you may make it your home again someday.
My wife said to me just 3 or 4 weeks ago, because we're deciding where to live, because if you live in England, it doesn't stop raining. And if you go 500 miles south, it's nothing but forest fires. So there must be a narrow strip between continual rain and forest. But maybe it's Santa Barbara.
I love that. And I wanted to also mention that I played for the soundtrack in John's honor, our friend Anais Reno, and she's a great jazz musician. I know how much you love jazz. And your favorite song is Lullaby at Birdland, right?
Lullaby at Birdland.
Arwen, I wanted to give you the last question for John.
Well,
and then we'll say goodbye, unfortunately. And then I'll take you home, John.
You take me home. No, you won't. You take me to my
If you-
car and I'll drive myself home. You'll go off,
All right.
go off and
I-
get drunk like you usually do.
They usually do.
I know what I'll ask. If you were going to come up with a new name for an Arnold Palmer, what would it be?
For an Arnold Palmer, I think I'd call it a Bob Marley.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. The other end of the spectrum. Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds great to me. I would drink one.
good.
Yeah.
John Cleese, thank you, my friend.
No,
Thank you
I
so
was
much.
wonderful, wasn't it?
Thank you for joining us. Okay, everybody, have a great, safe weekend. Have a safe drive home.
Thank
You sure you don't want me to drive you home? We could spend a couple more hours. Look at that. I saw the fear in his eye just now.
No, all I need is a visit to the loo and then a visit to my car.
Okay, well, we're going to
I'm
turn
gonna
off the
have a lot of
microphone here.
sleep tonight.
We're going to say goodbye,
Right.
and I hope you have a great
Thank you. It's been
restful
great
evening.
pleasure, Richard.
It's been great to have you here, and thanks for making us all laugh.
Hmm?
Thank you.
Yes, it does us all good.
So communicate, but listen more and evolve. Everybody have a great weekend.